Click subscribe to get daily Manchester United content from passionate Reds, only on All for United.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer signed a new contract until 2024. That is 3 more years of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Now, our fan base, half of them reacted well, half of them didn't. My question is, did Ole deserve it? Whether you want him in the job or not, what he's done so far, did he deserve it? So we're all talking in terms of him and the job he's done rather than our personal in or out opinions. Did he deserve it based on what he's done? Go.
Yeah.
Why?
I'll start off. Yeah. I'll preface it by saying I'm very happy he signed the contract as well. But, you know, he has been our best managerial appointment since Fergie. I get Mourinho won us 2 trophies. One was a League Cup. That's City's trophy, and it don't mean anything. But you look at where the club is now. The club is in a better, more sustainable position now than it probably was in the season that Fergie left. And that's because of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think we're so ingrained with success that we demand it every year, which, you know, fair enough, but you can't expect it. One team wins every year, and we can't constantly dominate. That's just not how football works. We're in a period of transition, which for the first 6 odd years didn't go to plan at all. But we're finally in transition. We've been asking for stability and you know, decent football and progress, which is not what we got under Jose. That's why Jose got sacked. We didn't like the football. We were heading in the wrong direction. The dressing room hated each other. We've got all that with Ole, and suddenly people are complaining again. I think every year Ole has done better and better and better, and eventually, as long as he keeps doing better and better and better each season, we will win things. It's inevitable. The sky is the limit. I think that I get people have their doubts. He's not won a trophy in 3 years. He's spent a lot, but while he's doing better, have faith in him. And fair enough, as soon as he stops doing better, then have doubts in him, then say, maybe this wasn't deserved, etc., etc. But right now, there's no indication that he is going to slow up. I think that the projection is up for United for the first time since Fergie left. And I think he needs a lot of credit for that.
Got just a little thing that I'm reading here. Since his first game in charge, only City and Liverpool have picked up more points. I mean, this idea of not winning a trophy is not just about winning trophies. He's brought such a spirit back to the club, and he's made us all love our team again. And just because we've not won something for a few years, we will do. We'll win something this season. I'm telling you. Don't know what, but we'll win something this season. So
might be all of it.
And the thing is, people give these opinions about him not deserving it. It's just a garbage agenda, just because they don't seem to like him. And then it's always the same old excuses. Oh, he was a tapping merchant who got it. It's just crap. I'm sick to death of the same stuff from the same people all the bloody time on Twitter.
Right, Charlie's in the comments. He's spoken about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a lot, and I'm interested to see the response to this. He says he's created a squad which is likeable. The team has improved. One big doubt he has is his tactical competence in big games. He has to challenge for title and win a trophy. Now, before Callum calls him a knobhead, Charlie, I see your point sometimes. When you look at the final, not making a sub until extra time, I get that. I get sometimes he's very scared of his lack of squad depth. But he also has that second part of his comment, which is he has to challenge for a title and win a trophy. Now, for me, he has to do one of those things, and I think it's win a trophy. Would everyone agree with that?
Hasn't he beaten Pep Guardiola more times than any other manager? Hasn't he beaten Liverpool? Hasn't he? Tactical competence in big games. The reason why he doesn't use substitutions is because his squad on the bench were crap. They weren't good enough, which is why he wants more funds to build a better squad. The first teams are getting there, but we haven't got the backup of the personnel to change games. Bloody hell, there was games last season where we were having to bring the likes of Shorter on because there was nobody else. It's not a case of, he doesn't use subs. It's because he probably hasn't got the trust and the faith in the subs to make a difference in the game. Nothing to do with tactical competence.
But in terms of the trophy thing, is there a point there?
If I may intercede, look, management is not a hugely difficult game. It's not a hugely difficult job. You know, at no point in anyone's ever talks about player responsibility, and it winds me up. That does. It's all about Ollie can't do it from the sidelines. The players have got to take responsibility on the pitch. The players are the ones that are out there who can see the game in full motion. They can see how the game is flowing. All right. And the biggest issue is we don't have players that can take the game on occasions by the scruff of the neck and deal with it. Now, if you looked at the Euros, you would see 2 or 3 teams, players were talking to their coaches all the time and saying, look, I think we need to do this. The Danes famously did it in their second game, I think it was, when they came back and they won, or their third game, one of the two. Højbjerg went over to the bench. We're getting overrun in midfield. We need to change it. They changed it and away they go. Look, players have to do this. Players have been playing the game. Harry Maguire's been playing the game probably since he's 5 years old. You know, you don't need to coach these players. These players should know exactly what they're doing at any given time. And people can disagree with me on that, but I promise you now, it's common sense.
I 100% agree with you. You see me banging on about it all the time. I tweet it about once a week last season. It's like people just look at the manager and go, oh, well, he should have told him to pick up that man. No, that's the player's job. It's like the goal at Istanbul, right? Yeah. The corner.
Yeah.
Why does Ole need to be held accountable for that goal? He shouldn't be. Because Nemanja Matic is there. He's an experienced professional footballer. And he should be going, fucking hell, lads. Wan-Bissaka, get the foot back here and watch it. Because you need to have 2 on the halfway line. That's what we do.
That's exactly right. The Villarreal goal in the final. Look, Lindelof was caught completely the wrong side. And he was grappling from the wrong side. Yeah, Strike was grappling on the stronger side for him. He was always going to outmuscle Lindelof, but Shaw wasn't covering enough to help Lindelof out. This is common sense football. It's got nothing to do with set piece defending or stuff along those lines. Look, when you defend a corner or a free kick, it's quite straightforward where you need to stand, how you need to stand slightly square on so you can see what's happening. It's not fucking rocket science, and this is the issue. And this is why I always come back to is on-field determination and on-field management. It's not all about what happens in the dugout. Ollie can talk for 15, 20 minutes before, he can talk for 10 minutes at half time, and he can talk about when he gets back. They prepare throughout the week. It's the players. And Johnny FX and whoever else are banging on about Ollie this and Ollie that. Maybe they're not United fans, but they don't understand anything about football.
I am going to disagree slightly, Stu. I've got to be honest, because yes, you can say it's just on the players, but we've seen the same mistake no matter what players are playing. So does that mean we need a whole new back line, a whole new defensive? And I'm talking particularly set pieces, as we all very well know, and deep crosses to the fullbacks. We are struggling, and it doesn't matter who is playing there, we are struggling with that. So clearly that is something to do with coach. And this is not on Ollie, by the way. This is on the coaching staff.
Totally agree. But where do you stand on a set piece? You can only stand either around the 18-yard box, or slightly above, depending where the free kick or the corner is. You can only stand in those areas, week in, week out, game in, game out. You can only stand in those areas. So coaching's not going to sort that out.
It depends what they're being told, isn't it?
But if you can't sort that out as a professional footballer playing for the biggest club in the world, if you can't sort that out, then you shouldn't be playing the game. You can only stand in certain areas, like I say, on a corner or a set piece, depending on where it is, whether we get caught out of the back post or not. It's the players have got to take responsibility for it. They really have. I understand what you're saying.
But that's my point. So my last point on it then. So if you don't know what the players are being told, and if they go against instructions, then that's the players out the team. So it depends what we don't know. None of us are involved in the coaching stuff, so we don't know what they're being told, particularly on set piece and defending these kind of deep crosses. So if they're being told to do that and they're following it through, then that's on the coaches. If they're not following through the coach's plan, it's on the players. But ultimately, we don't know. We don't know what they're doing in training week to week, do it.
But then the player's got to make that decision. You have to make that decision in game. That's what a captain is there for. That is what a centre half is there for. That's what a goalkeeper's there for. They should be talking all the time. It's all about your spatial awareness around you, who's picking up who, and who's leaving who free, etc., etc., etc. It's communication and spatial awareness. It really. I play centre half. So I know.
You played football, did you, Stu?
Yeah, unfortunately. I know the area and I know how it is. Look, the amount of times I've been clattered by my goalkeeper, throughout my years, it's unbelievable. Unfortunately, you don't see it. You never see De Gea coming for a cross. So you see him helping. You don't see him helping out the centre halves or the defenders. You see Henderson occasionally. I don't know what Tom Heaton's like, but it's a big issue, that is, as well. The goalkeeping side of it. You just don't see it. So
as well, that like you've just raised Charlie's point. He said it just before I could get in. I think we've got this coach in now. Eric Ramsey's name from Chelsea. If he's coming in to work on set pieces and other stuff, so if we get to this time next season and it's not improved, then I'd be worried. But I think the fact that we've gone out and we've pinpointed this area of weakness and we've gone out and made a coach signing to rectify it is encouraging. And I suppose that's like Ole can be praised for that, as much as he maybe blundered the tactics last season on set pieces, because fair enough, that is where quite a lot of our goals conceded came from. But yeah, the fact that he's gone out and realised this is what we need to work on, then, fair enough. And I suppose it probably sounds stupid, but he was a striker. He's not going to be a specialist in organising defences to defend the set piece. So the fact that he's brought in extra help to do that is encouraging again.
It's about identifying it.
Guys, an £80 million defender can't organise his back line. Are you serious?
Yes,
honestly, we all talking about an £80 million defender not being able to organise his back line?
Yeah, but it's about the other one that's understanding him.
Do you know what? Just to jump in, Stu's kind of bang on, to be honest. It is laughable at how much we kind of just instantly go for a manager, regardless of what club it is. Like, I'm not saying it's us, but it seems to be this thing that you see a lot, that, that was the coach, or that was this, or that was that. These players, they've got to take individual responsibility. And this set piece issue that we had, they were individual errors. You can't tell me it's bloody Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's fault because Lindelof can't jump up for a ball and get goal side of somebody. He's a centre back. He should. The first rule of being a defender is get goal side of your man. Like, a manager or a coach shouldn't have to tell you that. You should just know that. Like, us lot have all played football. We all understand how to play the game. It's not hard. Like, it's silly individual areas. This isn't a management problem. It was even the same with Jose and Van Gaal. When this kind of thing happened, it was just like, how can you blame a manager for like Karthik, you said before, how can you blame a manager for every single player going up? Take a bit of responsibility and can have a go at your fellow teammates and say, what the friggin' hell are you doing? It's just ridiculous. Like, I get sometimes coaching comes into it, but wow, get a bit of individual responsibility on the players.
No, I think you've summed that up well, to be honest. Because yeah, the coach has a bit of input, and I think I agree with Stu a little bit that yes, there should be a bit of player ownership as well. But at the end of the day, Ollie's identified that, and he's brought in a set piece coach, so there's not even that excuse anymore. Benny, at the end of the day, do you think Ole has to now win a trophy? Because it looks like all the things are in place now. So he goes, oh Jesus Christ, hang on. So he doesn't have an excuse anymore. Everything's in place. He's got the set piece coach. Right. He's got his right winger. He might get his centre back. He might get his six. We'll see what happens with that. Now, does he have to win a trophy to stay in the job?
You listened to the fans yesterday. 4-2 down, and there was everybody in the top tier was singing Ollie's at the wheel. Now, obviously, it's come back out now because we can fit Sancho in instead of Sanchez, so we swap that out. How long it'll last, I don't know, because obviously it depends on the Paul Pogba situation. But everybody that I spoke to yesterday at the ground was buzzing that Ollie's signing a new deal. You know, everybody was saying we're going in the right direction. He's brought back a belief in this football club that was missing for a long, long time. And he's brought back a bit of a family culture back to Manchester United, which was missing certainly under Jose Mourinho, where it was all about him, you know. It's a feel-good factor around Manchester United again, and it is down to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's changing. I've been banging on about this for months. He's changing stuff behind the scenes that people don't see, and they don't get it into the brains what he's flipping round and changing. The entire academy system has been fucked under Mourinho, has been fucked under the Glazers for ages. Ole's come in there, first thing he's gone, that academy system needs to be changed back to the way it was. and it's been turned on its head. You know, we're starting to produce youngsters again coming through. We're getting some good talented players. We're purchasing good talented players across all over Europe and all over the world. You know, to potentially spot the next Manchester United superstar, if you like. I know that Stu doesn't like the word superstar and stuff like that, but
no, it's bollocks.
Yeah,
right, Kenny, I don't.
Posers.
Posers, yeah. But for me, it's heading in the right direction. But everybody did agree, though, that he needs to win some form of silverware next season, whether it be the League Cup, FA Cup, whatever it may be, just to keep the snake off his back, you know, because there's people trying to snipe at him all the time. We had QPR fans taking the piss, singing about Ole, you know, signing a new deal, and they're thinking we're screwed and everything. But I love nothing more than Ole to actually win one of the three major trophies that when I class three majors, the Premier League, FA Cup, or Champions League this season, just to shut every fucker up, man, and just go, well, that's what I've done.